Day 17. Drink deeply from my pale blue eyes. Today, it's a lifting day. It was a good one. Interesting day, interesting start. I finished a very complex book that took me a very long time to read. It was a massive poetical undertaking. And if you've ever read something like that, you know that when you're finally through it, it's kind of like losing a limb. You know, there's this thing that I was kind of dragging with me everywhere I went, and now it's gone. It's sort of settling inside of me. It's the particles of its essence. They're sort of permeating me. I'm like a host for this ancient thought. And that's the beauty of a book. Try to learn how to read. That's where we're going to start today. Stick around. You know, you never know when a manic, impish sort of man will appear in your life and perhaps improve it to some extent. Also, if you don't subscribe or like, I will eat the cat. Like and subscribe or I'll eat the cat. Go on, Papa. Go on, Papa. Let's get right into it. Yeah, and I was hoping to wake up with like 2 bullet wound-sized pimples on my head, so there I am. That makes sense right here. All right. Overhead press. Sorry for this first one. Again, the angles are rough. My gym is weird, man. The lighting is weird. My gym it's kind of fine. My gym is kind of fine. Sit back with me, relax, you know? Pop a can of sody pop. Or, you know, look at this. The form is fine. I kind of got a dumpy growing. I don't. That's like a flat butt, right? I don't know. My wife says it's not flat. I'm sorry I'm talking about this. I changed the angle. It's like 10 times. The best part about this angle is that it's directly into this light that really just ruins everything. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Overhead press, second set, 5 sets of 3, 90 pounds. That's heavy. That's heavy, right? I mean, it feels heavy. I don't know if I've ever overhead pressed this much before. There is a part of me that is certain I've done 95 before. Way back in the day when I was fit, when I, first lost weight. But these felt good. I took advantage of longer rests between sets, which I usually don't do. I'm usually just too impatient. Or I have such a poor understanding of, like, time that I'll go, oh, it's been 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and it's been, like, 15 seconds. I really struggle with that. Yeah, I don't have any complaints about these. They honestly felt good. They felt better than usual. They did not feel impossible. And I really kind of walked away feeling very happy with each of these sets. So there we are. I mean, overhead press is one of those lifts that's always just going to go up slow. That's my understanding of it. It certainly feels that way. It's hard. You're pushing a weight just like directly over your head with your shoulder muscles. It's like definitely the lift that I have the lowest expectations for. But I'm very happy with my growth in this, considering I'm eating at a caloric deficit. It's very hard for me to shake my head at this. And again, felt good. Felt like I got a decent grip on the bar. Felt like I was spaced out the right way. Solid. Chest up, deep breath. Locking my shoulders out at the top. Sort of stretching at the top. Maybe my hands are still a little too, far back, but it's like, yeah, I made my hair normal again. This is good. All right, deadlifts. This was really the meat of today's events, because these volume deads have been kind of haunting me. And I once again got into the habit of like humping at the end. If you pay attention, if you look closely, I'm really giving it to this bar, right? I'm really taking this bar to town, okay? I should blur this video. But this is just what it looks like. I don't know what to tell you. These were superb for me. I felt them in my back, but in a good way. I felt them in a muscular sense. I 100% intentionally was trying to rev myself up and get myself into the right headspace and get air into my lungs and get blood flowing. I have a bad habit of bringing such a calmness to me whenever I do something physically challenging. I bring myself down. It's just a habit I have to like create a sense of like levity in my activity or in my mind, but I want to do more than just go through the motions here. I do want to feel like hyper engaged in it and nail it, and it does make you stronger. It absolutely does. It does help you when you're getting into it and you're really you're focusing on your breath and you're focusing on the intensity. I pulled this weight very well, and it felt good. It felt good to do. Setting up deadlifts is such a pain in the ass in my gym, and just in general. Let's look here. Yeah, look at me. I'm like violently thrusting at the top of these lifts. Not good. Not good. I didn't even realize I was doing it, to be honest with you. So that's for next time. That's for next time. We don't need to be attacking the bar at the top with our pelvic gestures. That's not necessary. And that was it. Jesus Christ, that was 30 of them. Just banged them out. Obviously, there was a few minutes of wait between. I just wanted you to see how beautifully I take the weight off here. All right. Pop this after squat. Now look at that. Oh, yeah. Heroic. Just a heroic gesture. Did I leave the entire thing in here? Look at those calves. I mean, come on. I mean, this is what we're working with. Z-bar is 45 pounds. I haven't gone up at all in these. I could do more weight, but I want to go slower. And you'll see once again in this, like, this is in my other lifts as well, my other curls. I go super slow for the first set, super focused on the eccentric and, like, trying to do it perfectly, and the burn is so good. Then by the second and third set, I just start throwing the weight in anger. And I don't know, maybe a mix of both is good for me. It never hurts. It always feels good. I'm getting a pump. I'm getting like, there's a lot of heat and tension in my arms. But by the end of this set, I could feel like my arms were done. Like right here, my biceps were like, they felt like they'd solidified or something. So I knew that this was kind of like, I knew that this was more or less not going to get better. I wasn't going to like maintain that perfect slow form. This is pretty good, this angle. I'm actually fine with this compared to the last one. Yeah, I'm trying, but the deeper I get, the more I start just kind of going for it, going wild. Yeah. Ugh, should I do sound effects? Huh. Ooh. E. Oh, goodness. That's what it sounded like if I carried the microphone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Sorry for everything I've ever done. Last set, and this time, look at this. I'm just like, I'm trying to decapitate myself with the bar. Why? I'm just done. I'm like, I want to do these. I don't want to fail. I don't want to go slow either. So I'm like, using my upper body, that was so cheap. I'm cheating, bro. I know people do, but this is, I mean, I look like an idiot. So I apologize for that. All right. Today's big change. Photo of the treadmill instead of the bike. I didn't do the bike today because my gym is it's something, and every single bike had like a do not use sign, and then the two bikes that were good both had like stuff on it, like ropes that belonged to somebody that maybe they were holding it, and I didn't want to get into a confrontation. I didn't want to sit down on the bike and then someone comes by 5 minutes later and they go, I was holding it with my rope, because I am liable to say words and do things. Those are two things that I'm liable to do. Yes, it is not only my haircut that is, my hair that is wild and untamed. So let's exit out of this. Brother, we're doing it. Let's take a second here. Let's take a second. Let's take a little chill. Let's chill. Let's lean as far back as possible. I'm gonna end up being zoomed out. Sorry about, I don't want my feet to be on camera. That's not intentional. We're gonna go all the way down here. Look at that. You see that? That's the chin of a man who's made a dough. Look at that. I mean, can you believe I'm married to like she's like an attractive woman. You know, this is what she comes home to every day. Honey, did you make any money? Honey, have you fulfilled any of your promises to me? No, no, no. Now I made a YouTube video. Um, yeah, I mean, we're doing all right. I'm certainly feeling better today than yesterday, and I love doing this. I'm having fun. God knows I want to find a way out. In the sense that I want to make them better. I want to make them different. There's such a finite amount of room to discuss this, but I'm trying to. I guess what the best thing for me to do would be to represent this or present this purely as like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to like motivate people. Like you gotta. My answer for most people's questions when it comes to like self motivation is like, it's so to the individual. And you know this. You know this if you've struggled with alcoholism, or if you've struggled with overeating. You know that at the end of the day, the only thing that helps you is you, and you can only help yourself when the time is right. And yeah, there are outside things that are helpful, but I don't like. I really, if it hasn't become abundantly clear yet, I'm really reticent to just ply people with advice or tips or anything that doesn't come to me just while I'm kind of rambling, because I really just don't in general appreciate the authoritative tone of people on the internet, because the reason that they are adapting that tone is because it is how they make their money. And as much as I'd like to use this to make money, and I guess, somewhere in the back of my head it's a goal, right? It's one of those things where if you are competent in a certain field and you amass knowledge and you have experience, there is an argument to be made that you have something worth monetizing or selling. But I have such an innate distaste for the general practice of marketing and the general tone of intelligence that people take in their videos, of providing tips, or I guess it's really the nature of clickbait in and of itself. And I get that it exists. I get it. I get the game. I'm gonna have to play the game. But I'm just so, look, man, it's like, I've got all the experience in the world in this shit. I've been 140 pounds. I've been 300 pounds. I know how I got here. I know why I got here. I know how to get out. There are a great many things that I'm quite, I have a degree of expertise in. But for me, what felt the most exciting about making this kind of video was, what if instead of giving people advice, I just lost 80 pounds and showed people how I did it and did it and spoke. But I understand that that's like not a good product. But this is really how I'm going to do it. I'm going to sprinkle in more. I keep saying this in every video, but that's because it's really weighing on me, But anyway, that's it. It's a one and done today. I'm chilling. I'm deep in the chair. I'm way down here. I'm so far down that I can't get up. There's no shot. There's no shot I'm getting out of this. Just go with God. Remember that you're loved, Remember that you're loved, and I'm out.